Thomas Petrou is saying Charli D'Amelio no longer talks to him. I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Jake Horvitz.
I'm Rodrigo Verandas, and this is Hollywire's Tea Party.
Thomas Petrou just answered a fan who asked if he still talks to Charli D'Amelio, who was in the Hype House that he co-founded. As the fan asked Thomas on his live, quote, "Do you still talk to Charli?" end quote, and Thomas replied saying, quote, "No, not really." Thomas went on to say that the last time he saw Charli was a month ago and he doesn't talk to her regularly. As Thomas said on his live, quote, "Do you talk to Charli?" as he read a fan question and responded by saying, "No, not really. Haven't talked to her in a minute. I saw her for the first time in a while, like a month ago, and it was really nice to see her, but I don't talk to her," end quote. Thomas went on to add that he has made an effort to stay in touch with Charli, as he added, quote, "I tried, I've reached out, I don't know, I think people are like, I think this city kind of rots your brain, and I think it's really hard for people, especially of her caliber, with how far she's gone, to be friends with people. I'm sure she's perfectly okay. I just want her to be okay." Jake, what do you think about that?
This is heartbreaking for Thomas, to say the least. I know how hard it is to feel like you're close to someone 1 month, and a few months later, it's just not the same anymore. And especially if that person is Charli D'Amelio, I can only imagine how difficult that is. But the good news is that they're young, they've got a long future ahead of them, and my fingers are crossed that they'll be friends again sometime.
I just got a lot of resentment from that quote. I'm curious if Thomas feels that maybe he had a part into making Charli who she is by having her in the Hype House, and maybe the fact that she doesn't talk to him anymore, he might be a little butthurt by that. Rodrigo, what kind of read were you getting from Thomas's quote?
Exactly what you just said.
Ooh.
Like, I really feel that he kind of feels some sort of way because I think that whoever ends up being part of your career, some people do think that they are part of your success, and sometimes they didn't do much, sometimes they did a lot, but then they do think that they are part of it regardless. And I do feel that this is kind of sort of what he was trying to hint, while still being very political, like very nice, just saying that he was hurt. But at the same time, I do feel that people grow. She has so many things going on for her. Her life is kind of set. So I do feel that it's just a way of life. Like you don't stay friends with everybody. You don't work with the same people forever. So
it also could be a little shade thrown at Lil Huddy, because we know that Thomas and Lil Huddy used to be very tight, and then recently Thomas was on BFF's podcast and kind of was making fun of Lil Huddy, and like Lil Huddy's mom like weighed in. I don't think Thomas and Lil Huddy are as close as they are, and we know that Charli and Lil Huddy are like always together, or probably dating, but are always together. So it could have something to do with that. Like that could be another reason.
It sounds like Thomas feels left out, and no one wants to be on the outside looking in.
But also, like, I feel like Thomas and Charli, it's kind of like, I think of them as two characters in a TV show who you never see have scenes together, but are on the same TV show, right? Like, what is their friendship? Like, I don't think anyone really knows what that is, you know?
yeah, because I also feel that people end up using the Hype House as a platform to get a boom for their career, and then later on, because you also don't know who he actually is. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how nice or awful he is, so it's really hard to tell.
Well, if you ask Daisy Keech, it's not a great person. But guys, what do you think about Thomas talking about Charli, saying they're not friends anymore? I'm Gabby Conti.
I'm Jake Horvitz.
I'm Rodrigo Verandas, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.